Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this EU CAP Network workshop on women-led innovations in agriculture and rural areas. I wish I could be there with you in the beautiful city of Krakow. For many years already, events of the EU CAP network, like this one, have allowed to exchange knowledge and connect innovative projects and stakeholders in agriculture and rural areas. Equal opportunities for girls and women is very close to my heart, also on a personal level. So it is a great honor to open this very special event today. Women play a vital role in the resilience and prosperity of society as a whole. They are a significant driving force for prosperity and social inclusion also in rural areas. We see women at the helm of viable farm businesses and innovative projects engaged at the same time in off-farm work in multiple sectors. The European Union pays a lot of attention to equality and non-discrimination, and its equality legislation is at the forefront globally. Equality between men and women is a fundamental right of the EU put forward by the EU treaties and defined in our EU Charter of Fundamental Rights. Article 23 of the Charter points out that equality between men and women must be ensured in all areas. In addition, the Charter goes even further, allowing for positive discrimination measures. Women and girls account for around 51% of the EU population, which means some 230 million EU citizens. Gender equality is a significant driving force behind economic growth. A study by the European Institute for Gender Equality estimates that improving gender equality could lead to an increase in EU GDP per capita of between 6% and 9.6% by 2050. I will not dwell in statistics, but let me mention a few numbers to show that despite the EU's robust legislation in this field, the situation of women in farming and rural areas still needs to be further improved. Only 31.6% of farm managers were women in 2020. There are few young farmers, and the share of female young farmers is especially low. Only 1 out of 20 is below 40 years old. Women in rural areas face multiple disadvantages. Their employment rate is lower than that of men. In most EU countries, their income is lower than for rural men and earn less than women living in the cities. Also, the risk of poverty or social exclusion for rural women is higher than that for rural men or women in the cities. In the context of our commitments deriving from the EU legislation and the gender equality strategy, we in DG Agriculture and Rural Development do our utmost to close the gender gap that I have referred to. For the first time ever, the Common Agricultural Policy for 2023-2027 included the specific objective to enhance the position of women in farming and improve the situation of rural women. Member States have been given the opportunity to introduce tailor-made interventions for the benefit of women in farming and in the rural areas. For example, Spain provides higher support to young female farmers through direct payments. And Ireland displays a high level of ambition to address the need of women in farming with the introduction of a higher level of support in the on-farm capital investment scheme. We also have good examples of projects funded by the CAP of women-led innovation. For example, in Austria, an educational project addressed gender equality, empowering women and promoting innovation and competitiveness in rural areas. It also included special programs for young female farmers. The project helped women to develop a variety of skills, including stress resilience, negotiation, empathy, listening, legal awareness, financial literacy, and increase economic self-reliance and resilience. Over 1,000 women graduated from training courses organized within the project, supporting them in their professional development and political participation. We have many more projects that deserve to be mentioned and relevant publications that you can find on the EU CAP Network website. However, I would like to underline that we will not be able to succeed in enhancing the participation of women in farming and improving the position of women in rural areas without addressing the issue in a holistic manner. That is why we presented in June 2021 the communication on a long-term vision for the EU's rural and adopted the EU Rural Action Plan. We are investing 9 million euros in research and innovation on women-led innovation in rural areas through our Horizon Europe program. We are coordinating the action Social Resilience and Women, which seeks to increase investment in infrastructure and services through various EU funds and improve women participation in the labor market. Rural communities and farming need to tap fully into the contribution women can bring, ensuring adequate working conditions, closing the pay gaps. Women's participation and recognition in local decision-making processes, businesses, and communities is key. Women need to be present in every room where decisions are taken. For the CAP, we've insisted that they are all well represented in the committees that monitor the implementation of the CAP strategic plan and in the management boards of the local action groups which manage leader at local level. And as far as farming is concerned, we must continue to work at all levels to ensure that it offers a viable economic future for farmers and can attract newcomers, including women. These are issues that are given full consideration in the current debates on the future of EU agriculture. Once again, I very much welcome you all to this workshop in Krakow, and I wish you a very lively and fruitful discussion.